Hi guys, happy Witchy Wednesday. So, alright, I'm gonna finish up with the suit of Pentacles, and I think that is it. Yes, so, this is our last part 6, so. It's amazing to be kratom free for this long. It feels so much better. Life without it is amazing. So, we have the Ace of Pentacles, which represents pretty much a breakthrough, the beginning of material things, the beginning of new work, just all new. So, yeah, it reminds me of like a breakthrough, maybe even a spiritual kind of breakthrough of seeing realization. So that's kind of what that represents to me. Alright, so the Ace. So a disc on which a pentacle. I don't like that. Why do they say pentacle? I'm going to say pentagram. So a disc on which a pentagram is engraved stands among rocks on a plain. Alright, crystals and bricks of gold are in front of it. So Earth, element of the suit of pentagrams, is the seat of worldly wealth. So our food comes from the earth, gems and precious metals through mind from the depths. Although water dominates our bodies, we tend to think of ourselves as earthy, when we are not earthy whatsoever. That is our egos. So symbolically, the element of earth is dense and heavy, retentive and slow to change. So the Ace of Pentagrams represents our material lives. The 5 points of the pentagram on the disc symbolize the 5 senses, the means by which we perceive and receive the world. So the pentagram is the gateway to sensuous bliss and to an abyss of soul-deadening materialism. So that does make sense, like a breakthrough. Where'd it go? Oh. Okay, so the disc itself is like a coin. A physical sustenance must be paid for with money and or work. So the crystals harvested from the earth are healing stones as well as prisms of that most elusive light. So the gold bricks pave the way to material comfort and generosity, as well as inspiring greed. So stinginess and jealousy. So the sense-driven body is often seen as an obstacle to spiritual realization. So it does represent, in a sense, spiritual realization. But our body is our vehicle by grace or karma. I think this is my body is by karma. Our senses can tune into the divine through incense, song, chanting, images of saints and deities, calligraphy, nature, delight around each other, and dance. Alright, so we can go through a breakthrough and get all of that wonderful stuff through just one card. Alright, so the power of the physical dimension calls for discipline, or for many, denial. So, very good card. I love that card right now. It's pretty good. So, generalized meanings. Wealth, fertility, dowry, perfection, personal talent, personal task, attainment, prosperity, felicity, bliss, gold, treasures, waste, corruption by money, greed, and fool's gold. So, it's a pretty good card. It's a pretty good card. You can see in the background that there is the night sky, but it is being overpowered by, evidently, that is a spiritual realization. So, very good card. Very good card. Alright, now we have the 2 of Pentagrams, in which he looks like he is in, I don't know what kind of state he would be in. He looks like he is just tiptoeing his way to maybe something better, maybe a spiritual realization from the Ace. So, there's the 2. So, okay, a youth dances barefoot in the sand celebrating life. A boat with a yin-yang symbol on its sail is in the water behind the boy. So a serpent is at his feet, and the serpent is of knowledge. So the snake has appeared in cultures as a symbol of evil and temptation, as well as of wisdom. And what it is wisdom. Jesus said, "Be wise as serpents and gentle as doves." He really did say that too. Be wise as serpents and gentle as doves. So Eve actually did eat the apple, but she did not die. She didn't die. She became empowered and knowledgeable. So the devil took the guise of a serpent when he tempted Eve to eat of the tree of knowledge, which I personally don't believe that was Satan or the devil. I personally think that was the true God. So, alright, Nagas, supernatural snakes, guard wisdom, teachings in Asia, dragons, giant fire-breathing snakes, hoard huge Nordic stashes of gold, vaporizing anyone who takes even a penny's worth. So, these myths from different ends of the earth have in common the earth-dwelling snake as a guardian of treasure, spiritual or material, that can be won only by a virtuous and gifted person, so one who is able to share with the community the riches gained. So that does make a lot more sense why Eve was tempted to eat the apple. I don't think she was tempted, I think she was coerced, pushed. Eat it, you're going to be knowledgeable. It makes the most sense. So, alright, now the posture. Boy. The form of the boy's dance is echoed by the 2 of pentagrams on the dancer's shirt. So, give and take, yin and yang. So, we share in dancing and giving gifts, in teaching and serving others, whether they are human, plant, or animal. So, in all sorts of ways that are, fortunately, accessible to all of us. So the 2 of coins. What? The 2 of coins brings opportunities for complementary opposites to meet. So it would be teacher with student, healer with diseased, parent with child, woman with man, need with income, patron with artist, boredom with exciting changes. Possibly there will be a conflict of interests, causing some embarrassment and the need to reshuffle priorities. So humility, knowledge, humility. That's basically what that represents to me. So just generalized meanings, changes, attraction of opposites, harmonious change, cheerfulness, new complications, excitement, news messages, or a letter, difficulty in launching new project, embarrassment, contradictory changes, and contradictory tasks. It's not all that bad. Personally, it's really not all that bad. I don't think, anyway. Okay, now we have the 3. And this is the symbol of Vow 3, building. We're getting stuff done. We're building. We are creating the synagogue. We are creating the Coven's temple. So we're doing quite a bit in the 3. So lots of work for lots of spiritual work, lots of physical work. So inclusiveness is what that shows me. Working together, getting along for one common goal. So, alright, 3 men work on a stone building. A large window is designed with 3 pentagrams. So, in the foreground is a blueprint and a compass. If the 2 of pentagrams brings about meetings of complementary types, The Three of Pentagrams shows the housings of these meetings. So, yeah. It is like the first house of a couple, the work commissioned from an artist by a patron, the launch of a business by investor and manager. The plans have been made, and now they're being carried out. So the initial stage is crucial to the ultimate outcome of any venture, be it romantic, artistic, or monetary. Monetary means money. So if the foundations are weak, if the materials used are shoddy, if the craftsmanship is poor, the entire edifice will be weakened and will not last long. So, if the foundations are sound, the materials carefully chosen, and the craftsmanship meticulous, the result will be pleasing and durable. Think about when you were young, when you built forts or tree houses. There you go. Alright, so obstacles may arise, but concerted effort can overcome them. So it is vital at this point that everyone involved, from the janitor to the chairman of the board, from the apprentice to the journeyman, is concerned with work, not only for its fruit, but for the process itself. So it's all about the process. Getting together, planning everything, which is a pretty good card. So generalized meanings: work, material foundation, effort, reputation, perseverance, great skill in trade or work, mastery, perfection, renown, whatever that, I don't know, I'm not even going to say the word, fame, narrow-mindedness, weakness, sloppiness. That reminds me, sloppiness, messiness, that reminds me of From A Star Is Born, where she's in the bathtub and she gets up, "You're fucking messy." And I won't go any further because I know a lot of you have not seen it. So, mediocrity, money problems, commonplace ideas, and preoccupation. So, good card. Alright, now we have the Four. Alright, we have the Four of Pentacles. And this is how a business, everything, the building has been built, the structure's been, it's sound, it's grounded, it's good. Now there's business meetings of art, just any kind of meetings, business deals, trade. It's kind of what I get from that. Travel, maybe. So we have the Four. So the Four, a man sits in an easy chair. On the pocket of his jacket is a symbol of the sun. So behind him are books, a priceless vase, a telephone, and a tapestry. So the tapestry is decorated with the 4 pentagrams and a sigil of the astrological sign of Capricorn. So in the background is a country mansion and a limousine. A woman stands before the man. She seems to be a petitioner. So obviously this is someone that you would help you in certain areas and aspects of your life. So the expression of the man is somber, but he realizes his prosperity. His intentions toward the woman may be beneficent. Nevertheless, his attitude is patronizing. So, he might be the important executive, always busy, always preoccupied. This type makes clear to all who approach, including spouse and children, that only with great effort and generosity is he able to tear a bit of time from important business. So, though wealthy, he is a miser. He has many practical reasons for not giving. He feels that he has a right to hang on to every penny of the money he has earned. So, alternatively, the man portrayed might present a wealthy person whose generosity makes him vulnerable to solicitations. His generosity is measured, and he does not impinge on his personal wealth, but he is aware of the good he can do with his money. So, yeah, that's understandable too. So the 4 of Pentagrams can symbolize institutions, grants, trusts, scholarships, and foundations established by philanthropists. So the Four of Pentagrams represents the exertion of wealth over time through hard work and discipline. The wealth is usually material, but can also be in the form of power and influence. So a tendency to hoard struggles against a basic scene of noblesse oblige. So, I was kind of with it in that one. So just generalized meanings for the four. Power, legacy, gift, great talent, love of wealth, wish to provide for others, generosity, application for a grant or scholarship, a hoarder, a skinflint, inability to share, clinging to property, obstacles, pride, setbacks in business, and spendthrift. Yeah, the suit of the pentagrams, or pentacles, whatever you want to call them, coins, pentacles, wheels, pentagram, very, almost, just very materialistic in certain senses. Alright, now we have the five, which these people are a mess. So we have the people out in the cold, people trying to, I would take it and find homes, find somewhere good to be. Maybe beggars, peasants in third world countries. So that's the five. But notice that the five pentagrams glow. They glow pretty frickin' bright. So there's hope in the midst of all of that anguish and sorrow. Alright, so the five of pentagrams. The five bundled up people walk through the rubble of war. The person with the blanket is grimly intent on salvaging what he can save from the ruins. The person behind, in the center, wears blankets in a form that is almost like a shell or an Egyptian mummy case. So the figures in the background wander about empty-handed. The foremost one has an enigmatic expression. A smile touches the mouth in spite of the surrounding devastation. So this person is seeing the good through the bad. So people react in different ways when confronted with ruin. Some get to work and try to make something of the wreckage, even if that thing is a poor shadow of what has been destroyed. Some retreat into their shells and wait with the thin hope that a savior will appear, on that the situation will improve simply with the passage of time. And that goes for some people, but it's not, a very good thing to do. So some give up and leave the situation entirely, rejecting responsibility or cutting losses. Sudden loss stuns many, rendering them unable to act, unable to make decisions, unable to even comprehend what has happened and how it came about. So, it says it's kind of a sad card. I get a really pressure in about my solar plexus and my heart chakra, all in the heart space. So the Five of Pentagrams points to a situation that has deteriorated to the point of utter collapse. So that was me a month ago, or almost 2 months ago. So, where did I go? Oh, an immense effort must be made to start anew. It is counterproductive to beat oneself up for failing. Reassessing possibilities and formulating a plan will bring recovery. Possibly one will be called on to help someone who is down and out, whether or not one feels that this person deserves help. Volunteer work might provide valuable contacts and much-needed boosts to self-esteem. So it is a pretty good card in the midst of all the crazy chaoticness. So generalized meanings: worry, torture, chaos, poverty, effort, tension, need, loss, failure, error, idleness, immortality, belief in the future, reconciliation, and sharing one's last dime. So, there's a lot more good than you can really imagine with that card. So, alright, the Six of Pentacles, pentagrams. This man seems to be very happy. He's achieved something great. We have the 6 pentagrams above him with what looks like the crescent moon. And he's actually standing on like a mountain, a cliff, almost, or a peak. So, he's pretty happy. It looks like the stormy clouds are kind of going away and giving way to the horizon, the sun. So, the 6. This is a very short one. So, 6 of pentagrams. A man embraces 6 pentagrams by the light of the crescent moon. He stands on a peak. In the distance are mountains and a lake. Success is described in terms of heights and peaks and high points. The balance of the pentagrams that arch over the moon indicates stability beyond change, beyond the phases of increase and decrease that are like the waxing and the waning moon. So, the man is in the right place at the right time, and he is making the most of it. So, the 6 of pentagrams indicates having the means to be generous. This does not necessarily mean material wealth. Generosity comes from the heart, not from the pocketbook. So it is time to enjoy giving gifts and to share the fruits of hard work. Opportunities fall into one's hands like ripe plums. So, a very good card. Meanings in general. Success, stability, right timing, scholarship or grant approved, kindness, generosity, philanthropy, charity, gifts, indulgence, desire, envy, and jealousy. So, okay, now we have the 7. And this man looks like he is just, another wreck, picking up, whatever he can find, the pieces, is scavenging for whatever he can. So it's pretty, the ragged clothing and kind of a very sad card. I get just a very sad feeling from it. But at least he is trying to salvage and pick back up what, has crumbled to the ground. Alright, so the 7 of pentagrams. So a man walks. I don't know that word. A man walks, alone through a region of distress. Broken and buried pentagrams mean lost fortunes or inaccessible wealth. Vultures are perched on a tree in the background. The 7 of pentagrams warns of a downturn in fortune. Hard work seems futile. Setbacks come one after another. Creditors are closing in like vultures. Possibly circumstances have worked against us. We are laid off. The rent was raised. Unexpected medical or legal expenses snatched savings away. Possibly the trouble is due to mindless spending. Mania. Lack of planning and unrealistic impulsive investments. I know that all too well. Concrete financial planning and discipline are essential. Maturity and a realistic outlook and a time of patience will bring success, or at least some kind of stability. One should review carefully one's assets. Something might have been overlooked. Compassion for those who are worse off gives a sense of perspective. That is why, when I was completely down, beaten to the ground, going through all of this with the Kratom a long time ago, well, it seems like a long time ago, but it really wasn't. That is why I said, don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. Think of the people that have it way worse, and send them love and kindness and compassion and joy. That is my happiness. So, when I see these people happy that are suffering, that puts a lot into perspective for me. So that is the whole point of why I said, don't worry about me. Just send love and kindness, compassion, and joy to the other people that are a lot worse. So, generalized meanings. Failure. That's terrible. And I just said something really nice. So, failure, bad business, hard work with little success, hazardous speculation, bad investments, ingenuity, growth. Hard work begins to yield fruit, inventiveness, and good business. So it all leads way to something better. So the Eight of Pentacles. Let's see. She seems to be quite happy. Yet she seems to be kind of just fixed on the roses, maybe. Maybe she's fixed on materialistic things. Maybe she's obsessed with money. Or maybe she is pondering how she can help some other people. Hopefully. Alright, so the 8. A woman gazes at a rose that is surrounded by 8 pentagrams and illuminated from above. So yeah, there is a light coming from above that actually does. It's, the V-shaped triangle almost. And it's coming down right here through her third eye, to her third eye from her crown. So the rose symbolizes human love, the passion of a lover, the loyalty of folks. Joy in the presence of friends, affection for animal companions, as well as compassion for all beings. The 8 of Pentagrams indicates the possibility of putting one's physical resources to the service of a higher cause. This can be in the form of a donation to charity, or it can be work for cause. Cooking a meal for family and friends, or for homeless folks. Knitting a sweater for a soldier overseas, or little caps for premature babies in the hospitals. Reclaiming a wasteland with a garden for all to enjoy, making a toy for a child, being a buddy to an ill person, are all ways in which we enjoy sharing our earthly resources. So she is a giver, a sharer. So on the highest level, such work is done humbly, without the wish for return or reward. So generally, though, even the most modest person appreciates the gift of appreciation. So that does make sense. So, alright, just generalized meanings for the Queen, or for the 8, the Queen. Wisdom, reason, skill, humility, cleverness, fulfilling work, apprenticeship, craftsmanship, quickness to learn, modesty, ambition, greed, and vanity. So there is a little bit of greed and vanity mixed in with her. Alright, now we have the 9, which this woman is, I don't know, she looks like she's actually guarding her wealth. Her eyes kind of indicate like she's maybe going to be taken advantage of in some way, shape, or form. So that is the 9. Our woman sits amidst riches, a key in her right hand. Coins come out of a treasure box. So the image framed by the window is a bit unreal. The house, the big car, the surrounding park, even the bird seem placed for effect. I don't know that word. I don't even know how to fucking say it. The accoutrements of wealth, which can include, of course, a beautiful woman, as if staged, one almost expects a voiceover extolling a brand of wine or a powerful motor of a car. So, the woman holds the key to the scene. If she is imprisoned by her wealth, she also has the means to be released from it. So if she is who she... Okay. Okay, it is she who has set the scene, and she can let down the curtain anytime she wishes. So, the Nine of Pentagrams can indicate control over one's circumstances, but it can also hint at a feeling of being a specter to one's own life. So the Nine of Pentagrams indicates a dynamic person who has the ability to stage scenes to make things happen. So part of this person's power may derive from material wealth. Where'd I go? Mostly, however, imagination and the knack of getting other people to do the donkey work makes this person the calm and collected center of a self-created world. So, she is terrific at organizing large groups of people. Operatic works, glitzy, charity balls, lavish weddings, haute couture fashion shows. Ooh, I love this woman already. Huge conventions, film or stage productions with enormous casts and ever-changing sets. She can handle them. Alright, I like this woman. A little bit. Just a little bit. Alright, generalized meanings for her. Gain, growth, popularity, property, abundance, material wealth, setting trends, backstage life, organizing spectacles, material well-being, waste, diversion, roguery, possible loss of a valued friendship or a treasured possession. So, now we have the 10 of Pentagrams, and he just kind of holds the bird, the dove, and doesn't really, for me, I see he doesn't really realize what he's got. My right eye needs fixed. I don't like how it's working out. So, yes, it needs fixed. So yeah, the 9. Or the 10, I'm sorry. Oh, yes. Featuring today the Twisted Twins. Alright, so a luxuriously dressed young man holds a white bird in his hand. In the spite of his palatial surroundings, the youth looks pensive, almost sad. So the youth on the 10 of Pentagrams savors a romantic relationship. World weariness from a surfeit of riches. Everything has been given him, but it isn't enough. Where'd it go? The young man cradles a bird near his heart. Perhaps he feels like a bird in an elegant cage. He may be unsure of whether he would be even able to fly, should he liberate himself. So, the 10 of Pentagrams illustrates an experience that each of us has had at least once in our life, reaching a pinnacle of complete success and recognition. So, we may receive an honor, an award, a degree, a promotion. Our work is published or exhibited. A courtship culminates at our own spectacular wedding. So unexpectedly, though, the happiness at the peak is mixed with feelings of emptiness. The prize is in our own hand, but in a corner of ourselves, we are sad and perplexed. We have had the feeling of standing still while the world rushes past us. So that could represent PTSD, it could represent any kind of mental illness. So contentment can avoid apathy, and ennui, if it is sparked with the inspiration to understand and carry out the demands of our intimate capabilities. So a surefit of riches or success can instigate soul-searching and provide direction for more meaningful activity. I froze. Shit. So the 10 of Pentagrams indicates talents waiting to be used. The potential to create, to build, is ripe. All the necessary abilities are in place. A supportive network of friends and relatives is ready to help. The young man on the 10 of Pentagrams may be someone who is about to venture into the world. His confidence bolstered by the loving pride of his family. The capital necessary for a new venture is likely to materialize. So if success has been met, enjoy and move on to the next project. Good card. Kinda. Generalized meanings. Security, happiness, developed talents, lively habits, riches, safety, family matters, ancestry, inheritance, home, venture, danger, bad odds, possible loss, robbery, loss of inheritance, dissipation, and gambling. Gambling, okay. Alright, the Princess of Pentacles. She looks pretty content, pretty happy for what she's doing, which is pretty much nothing. Alright, Princess. So, the princess exists in a beautiful landscape of rock formations, waterfalls, and flowers. She wears a pentagram on her gown. The Princess of Pentagrams is very much of the earth realm. Comfort, sensual pleasure, material wealth are some of the things that make her happy. Earth inclinations can bring about greed, but usually the princess will fulfill herself through down-to-earth plans followed by hard practical work. Because of her sincere involvement in labor, the princess is good at supervising others, able to give orders without being tyrannical or partial. So, she is not exceedingly proud, but since she is sensitive to the prestige of others, she is not likely to cause others to lose face. Corporate politics are to her an exasperating distraction from the job at hand. So concern with material wealth can make the princess of the coins the ultimate capitalist or the ultimate communist, both opposite sides of the same coin. So the system of access to material wealth is in her eyes the determining factor in social health. If she is a scholarly type, she will devote herself to economics, probably conservative, possibly progressive. She may have a deep commitment to fair use of land, resources, or to alleviation of hunger. On the other hand, she could have a deep commitment to preserving wealth for her class or family, or merely for herself, regardless of moral or global considerations. So the Princess of Pentagrams may be a sculptor, especially one who works with stone or metal, a potter, a smith, a jeweler, or someone involved in the mineral fuels industries. So that's pretty good. Pretty good card. Alright, generalized meanings. So, young, strong, promising person, carefulness, communication, deep concentration, and application. Scholarship, a do-gooder. Fondness of luxury, spoiled person, failure to recognize obvious facts, illogical thinking, and wastefulness. So, I really need to fix that eye. Yes. The right eye needs fixing. Maybe. Yes, it is. Okay, Prince of Pentacles. Pentagrams. He looks a bit shady to me. Alright, so the Prince. The Prince is a confident young man wearing luxurious clothes. The banner and fence behind him give the impression of a military camp, as do the epaulets and cuffs of his jacket. The banner is topped with the symbol of Venus. On a cliff is a bull, symbol of Taurus. So Taurus is the most luxury-loving sign of the zodiac, and is especially drawn to treasures of the earth, gems, and minerals. So the Prince of Pentagrams can be ostentatious, as he is fascinated by all that glitters. Oops. Guilty. very guilty. Pleasures of the body can also ensnare Taurus, who is ruled by Venus. So the earthly nature of the Taurian bull is reflected in deep-rooted loyalties to people and to place. Taurus does not delight in belligerence, but he will find to preserve a religion, homeland, and customs of his clan. A firm sense of rightness can make him immovable. So the prince's arms crossed over his chest together, with his narrowed eyes, give the impression that, like the bull, he will hold his ground. So, the Prince of Pentagrams reflects a militant stand on issues of homeland, the rights of the indigenous peoples, access to natural resources, ecology, the organization, Greenpeace, is a Prince of Pentagrams a manifestation, as are those on the other side of the coin, industrialists who believe that society benefits from the exploitation of Earth's resources. So, regardless of ecological ramifications, struggle between ethnic groups for tax of land are Prince of Pentagram dilemmas. And I seen that this morning. Oh wow, there's more. The Prince of Pentagrams is a good person to have as an ally. So once his loyalty is established, only blatant betrayal will uproot it. He is generous to friends and family, giving his wealth, time, and emotional support. So if there is a problem, the Prince of Pentagrams will patiently and methodically work until a solution is reached. So no matter how long it takes, his deliberateness and inner caution may lead others to consider him stupid. Dullness can be a trait of the prince, but more likely his wheels are turning efficiently behind an impassive facade. Alright, the Prince of Pentagrams is probably the worst person to have as an enemy. The vendetta may have been invented by him. Time is no barrier to the prince's revenge. A tendency to perceive outsiders as enemies may cause problems, but as this tendency is rooted in excess of loyalty rather than in paranoia, it can be ameliorated with reason. The Libran King of the Swords, a fellow Venetian with a lighter touch, is the one to soften the Taurian Prince of Pentagrams. Alright, we only have 2 more cards, guys. So, alright, generalized meanings. Persistence, inventiveness, reliability, readiness to help. Solidness, a true friend. Pensiveness, practicality, patience, ability to conclude a task. Laboriousness, whatever. Indolence, stubbornness, apathy, mercilessness, narrow-mindedness. Limits set by dogmatic views. He has a lot to say today. So the Queen. She looks sad, like most queens. So, a serene woman is before her palace at the border of a lake. The flower holds a pentagram. The ear of wheat next to the pentagram is symbolic of Virgo, whose house rules harvest. The peak of the building behind the Queen is topped with the sigil for Virgo. So, the Queen of Pentagrams is the essence of domestic well-being. Good food, beautiful surroundings, repose, friendship, and love. She radiates a sense of composure, of quiet magnificence, of settled comfort. Originality is not her interest. She is for tradition. She craves fine things, both for status and for their instinctive value. So if her home is less than a palace, it may cramp her style, but she will find a way to make it inviting and gracious. Because she cannot bear shabbiness, poverty, or mediocrity in her life. I can relate. The Queen of Pentagrams may indulge in shady business practices, persuading herself that the benefits she reaps will cause no harm to others. Speculation and get-quick schemes are not for her. But with much logical and profit-oriented persuasion, she will back an innovative project. So she may be a Robin Hood type, bending the rules to make sure all her dependents have enough on their plates. Overall, pretty much a pretty good person to have. So, the Queen of Pentagrams indicates a person who is mature and prosperous. Food is one of her major interests. Oh my god. I love food. She may be a stay-at-home type, whose kitchen always smells of delicious food. That's my mother. That's my mom. So, she may be a, blah blah blah, which can be sinfully rich or of the earthy health nut variety. I would be the health nut variety. She would be the indulgent, rich, yes, good food. She is inclined to be plump, unless she is into special diets such as macrobiotics. How funny. Okay, so she is likely to be seen at an aerobics class, except after big eating holidays. Alright, her interests lie in non-industrial crafts that are traditionally in the domain of women. Quilting, weaving, embroidery, basketry, hand-built pottery, knitting, and decorating. She has a strong sense of color and visual harmony, and could be a painter who favors landscapes, still lifes, or bold abstracts. She is also quite at home with books, and she may be a Librian or archivist. Like the Gemini Queen of Swords, the Virgo Queen is ruled by Mercury, the messenger. Her facility at communication, her diligence, and her attention to order and detail make her an ideal secretary on a clerical or diplomatic level. She is also an excellent translator or interpreter. So, in the home and on the job, the Queen of Pentagrams is the one everyone turns to with their troubles, as well as their joys. She tends not to confide her own problems, unless she is truly desperate. So it is important that her friends and family not forget her needs as she cares for theirs. So the Queen of Pentagrams may appear as a beloved companion in cat form, a sleek, well-fed cat giving itself a good washing from ear to toes. It is a reflection of the fastidious and perfectionist Queen of Pentagrams. I think everybody has a little bit of her in them. Generalized meanings: good-heartedness, gentleness, quiet benevolence, friendliness, riches, zeal, domesticity, effort, roots. Prosperity and well-being, opulence, generosity, liberty, magnificence, dignity, a noble soul, submissiveness, impersonal attitude, and phlegmatic person. So I like that one. So now we have the king. He looks pretty happy. That man looks like he is very happy with what is going on, with what he has accomplished. Maybe. We will see. The King of Pentagrams sits in an opulent room. He handles 2 gold coins. In the background is a goat, symbol of Capricorn. As partner to the Queen of Pentagrams, the king has a keen interest in business, as well as in legacies, trusts, inheritances, investments, anything that concerns money. He is not necessarily greedy. He considers himself a realist from his perspective. Money is the oil of society, capable of bestowing benefit or harm, depending on its use. So he is well aware of the status and the rewards it can bring in terms of power and favors. So the King of Pentagrams is an ideal capitalist, balancing profit motive with a paternalistic concern towards employees. The king enjoys being surrounded by the signs of his success, but he buys only what he can afford. He can put up a good show on a poor pocketbook, as he is good at finding bargains and making deals. Credit does not appeal to him unless he is the one controlling the interest. Double-sided coin again. So the worry under the smile denotes an attitude that less somber personalities consider pessimistic. The King of Pentagrams lives under the conviction that one must be prepared for hard times. His first priority is security for self and others. Like the Queen of Pentagrams, the King loves his food. Oh, God, those two need to come to my house. The King loves his food, and his chief physical pitfall is a tendency to hoard food in his own body, to be fat. That's me. If you guys have been wondering if I have lost weight, no. I have been resizing my video this way, so I look thinner. But no, I have been gaining weight quite a bit. And I'm fine, so people, you don't need to ask if I'm okay, because I am. I'm fine. Alright, so outwardly impatient with foolish expenditures. That's a different one. Capricorn enjoys the extravagance of others. Alright, he values beautiful objects of lasting quality, especially as gifts, since he tends to not spend money on himself. Under a rather miserly exterior, Capricorn has a yielding heart. He will grumble his way to the ends of the earth to help someone in need. The King's business and domestic life can be complicated by people giving and getting favors. But he basically prefers a simple life that revolves around work and family. Loved ones may chafe under his wish to control situations and relationships. And he may have a stormy relationship with his volatile son. I hate this card. I hate this card right now. The Taurian Prince of Pentagrams. The King of Pentagrams is faithful as a spouse, business partner, or friend, and he expects others to be as committed as himself. If one word can describe the King, it is responsible. He is the pillar of strength in his clan. I hate the King right now. Fuck you. Alright, generalized meanings of the King. Diligence, patience, talent in mathematics, wealth, prudence, tenderness, responsible person, character and intelligence, business, acumen, loyal friend, reliable marriage partner. I don't like that. That sounds funny. A reliable marriage partner? That sounds like a... I don't know, but it doesn't sound right. Wise investment, ability to acquire money and valuable possessions. Greed, corruption, using any means to achieve the desired end. Thriftlessness. I don't like the King right now at all. So, alright guys. We have successfully 6 episodes. Did the suits. So, I'm very, very happy that we could do this together. I'm very happy that I was able to actually get everything ready today. I got up super early, so I can get this done for you guys. And I would like for you guys to tell me below what it is that you would like to see next. Patreon, people that are supporting me on Patreon, thank you. With all of my heart, thank you. Just thank you. But on my Patreon page, what would you guys like to see more of? Do you guys want to see more of the La Santísima Muerte oil recipes? Dressing powders? More on her? Or do we want to steer into a different direction? So, just let me know. Alright, I have talked enough. So, it is time for my medication. So, I love you all. Yeah, if you have lots of snow, enjoy it maybe, I don't know. I think, possibly. Hopefully tomorrow I am going to be all blonde, all white again. We'll see. But, alright guys, I love you all with all my heart. All the way from... Oh my god, that hurt like a motherfucker. All the way from Venus. All the way back down. I hope you all heard that. Alright guys, I love you all. And thank you guys for watching. So, I love you all. And goodbye.